Get ready for explosive news. Lerone Murphy's title hopes shattered at UFC London. Eddie Hearn unleashes fury over Tom Aspinall's contract. Jorge Masvidal teams up with the FBI to save lives. And Jon Jones reveals the shocking $15 million offer for a White House fight. It's all happening right here, right now. Don't miss a second. Hit that subscribe and bell button.
Looking for a fast-charging, ultra-responsive stylus for your iPad? Meet the 2X Fast Charge Active Stylus Pen, designed for 2018 to 2025 Apple iPads. Take your creativity and productivity to the next level. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
UFC London delivered a controversial decision that has left Lerone Murphy's title aspirations in tatters. Manchester's own The Miracle, Murphy faced Movsar Evloev in a bout widely seen as a title eliminator, but ultimately fell to a majority decision defeat. The fight was marred by controversy, including a point deduction for Evloev in the fourth round after a second low blow, yet the judges still scored it 48-46, 48-46, 47-47 in Evloev's favor. This loss not only ends Murphy's undefeated streak, bringing his record to 17-1, but also potentially sidelines him from challenging featherweight champion Alexander Volkanovski anytime soon. Murphy showed impressive resilience, finding his rhythm after a slow start and effectively nullifying Evloev's takedown attempts for much of the early rounds. However, despite Evloev's point deduction, he managed to dominate the championship rounds, securing the victory. Fans and fighters alike are buzzing about the decision, with many questioning the judges' scorecards. Murphy himself, despite the setback, graciously called for Evloev to get his deserved title shot. Did the judges get it wrong in London? You decide. Next, we dive into a fiery dispute over a UFC champion's contract, and this one is getting personal. Eddie Hearn is not holding back his criticism of the UFC, specifically calling UFC heavyweight champion Tom Aspinall's contract a F***ing disgrace. Hearn, who recently launched Matchroom Talent Agency and signed Aspinall as his inaugural client, has openly feuded with UFC president Dana White. This latest salvo comes after White signed Conor Benn to Zuffa Boxing, a move that clearly irked Hearn. In a recent interview, Hearn expressed his disbelief at the financial terms of Aspinall's deal, especially considering the potential revenue generated from superfights against opponents like Alex Pereira or Cyril Gane. Honestly, if I'm Tom Aspinall, I'm looking at that contract. I don't even think you should ***ing bother, Hearn stated, emphasizing the lack of financial incentive after taxes and team expenses. Despite his strong words, Hearn confirmed that Aspinall is eager to return to action following eye surgeries and is keen on defending his title. The boxing promoter's foray into MMA management is already making waves, highlighting a growing tension between the two sports' power players. Is Aspinall being underpaid? The debate is heating up. But what happens when fighters step outside the octagon and into a different kind of training? Jorge Masvidal believes his partnership with the FBI could help save a lot of lives by teaching de-escalation tactics. The UFC star recently trained students at the FBI Academy in Quantico, Virginia, sharing his expertise on subduing perpetrators and managing volatile situations. This collaboration has sparked varied reactions, from amusement at director Kash Patel's attire to satirical commentary. However, Masvidal sees significant value in the initiative, emphasizing that proper training can prevent situations from escalating to the use of deadly force. Masvidal, who last competed in MMA in 2023 and announced his retirement after a loss to Gilbert Burns, remains under contract with the UFC and has re-entered the testing pool, hinting at a potential return. His foray into law enforcement training showcases a different side of the fighter, one focused on applying his combat skills to potentially life-saving scenarios outside the cage. The public's response has been a mix of intrigue and skepticism, with many curious about the practical applications of his training. Can a fighter truly help the FBI save lives? Next, we uncover a massive payday that never happened, involving one of the UFC's biggest stars and a historic venue. Jon Jones has revealed that the UFC offered a staggering $15 million for a scrapped superfight against Alex Pereira at a proposed White House event. Jones took to social media to disclose the financial details of the failed negotiations for the June 14 card, officially titled UFC Freedom 250. He claims the promotion wouldn't meet his demands, leading to his removal from the event, where Pereira is now set to face Cyril Gane for the interim heavyweight title. Jones stated he was prepared to accept a reduced fee, but the gap between him and the UFC remained too wide. This public revelation has intensified the feud between Jones and UFC CEO Dana White, who has consistently denied that Jones was ever a serious consideration for the card, citing Jones' injury history and past fight cancellations. Jones, however, has refuted these claims, asserting that genuine negotiations took place and that he was lowballed. He even suggested his hip condition wouldn't be an issue if he had accepted the offer, questioning the UFC's logic. The fallout has cast a shadow over Jones' future with the promotion, as he has publicly requested his release. Was this a massive missed opportunity for the UFC? Stay with us for the full recap and what's next. And that's a wrap on today's explosive news. We saw Lerone Murphy's title hopes take a major hit at UFC London after a controversial decision. Eddie Hearn went off, calling Tom Aspinall's UFC contract a F***ing disgrace. Jorge Masvidal is teaming up with the FBI, aiming to save lives through de-escalation training. And Jon Jones dropped a bombshell, revealing a $15 million offer for a scrapped White House fight. Don't miss any of the action. Make sure you're subscribed, hit that notification bell, drop a comment below with your thoughts, and follow us on all social media platforms for more breaking news and exclusive content. We'll see you next time.